Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 100th episode of This Week at Shrouded. Woo! 100! Woo! I'm your host, AGreeNer. Today we have an amazing episode lined up for you. Joining me today, once again, Mr. Wrecked.
We have an amazing episode lined up. We didn't even plan anything.
Shut up. All right, we have Mr. Wrecked, our resident Crucible and Destiny expert, and Dunk, who likes to play video games sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Our PvE specialist. Yes. Hey! All right. We're going to talk about our weekly winners. We're going to talk about the disastrous launch of Act 2. And Guardian games. We're going to talk about the new activity, Court of Blades. Guardian games, of course, and some Crucible adjustments coming up, and some other random nonsense about Destiny. But first, let's announce the winners of our weekly giveaways. Our 2300 silver weekly giveaway goes to johnnybtn. Congratulations. And our SGC T-shirt giveaway this week goes to Falcon_Mac. Congrats to the winners. You are beautiful human beings. Congratulations. Woo! Okay, so, we got potentially a lot of topics to talk about today. But let's start with topic number 1. The accidental early launch of Rite of the 9. That's what we're bringing in first. So basically, if you're unaware, this week, Bungie accidentally released the Rite of the 9 dungeon thing prematurely, showcasing placeholder items and weapons and perks. So, I guess we should talk about really, what are our thoughts on Bungie accidentally letting this slip early? Do seeing placeholder items take away from the excitement for us, or does it hype it up even more? I think personally, the content creators had a great time with it. They were having a bunch of fun. There's tons of memes that have come out with the non-textured weapons and just a bunch of nonsense. But holy moly. What a clusterfuck that was. What do you guys think?
I don't really care. Not an issue for me. Doesn't get. You know what I care about most of all? Some of the creators that didn't seem like they were memeing when they're trying to give their reviews of the activity and trying to be like, world's first solo, world's first duo. Nobody fucking gives a fuck, especially when your posts don't seem like they're tongue-in-cheek. It just is fucking cringe and weird. It's fucking basement dweller activity, and that's how I struck it. What do I think about Bungie dropping this shit early? I mean, come on, that's just how Bungie rolls lately, right?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, does it suck that it dropped early? Of course, it should not have done that. I don't know how this made it past their team, but you know what? That's what happens when you outsource QA to another company.
When we get a Void shotgun, when we get to the Void shotgun, and it doesn't actually have incandescent and destabilizing rounds on the same gun, people are going to be irritated and bitch about it because somebody got that roll or somebody saw that roll in the API, even though it's an unfinished list. That's what I'm most not looking forward to, is all the people bitching and moaning about, these weapons were supposed to be like the crafting weapons. That's what Twitter said, and that's what... Shut up already. I already want them to shut up. I'm already getting mad about it. But, I mean... Bungie showed Rite of the 9. Ooh. Did they actually do it by accident? Who knows?
I mean, absolutely, right?
I mean, they say they did.
I think sometimes Bungie's quote mistakes are not actually mistakes, honestly.
Okay, but they released this mode, all these dungeons, different difficulties for it, contest mode for them, and that stuff all looked fine. It all worked, right? I think. I don't know. I guess I didn't get that much into it. But all the weapons, you know, I could see them accidentally doing that to build up hype, but releasing all the weapons untextured and all that stuff.
I mean,
like I don't think they do that on purpose.
What do you think the chances are that untextured weapons get dropped as skins?
I 100% believe that is now going to be a thing. They are definitely going, at least one weapon or two weapons, they are definitely going to drop just like the block weapon skin that you can buy from Eververse. And people will buy it. It's free money if they do that. If they print that, they might give it away as a remember this time we fucked up thing, because I've done that before. But I think they could print money if they dropped one of those block textures.
Are you telling me that you're gonna spend 600 silver, $6 on untextured weapon skin, AGreeNer?
I'm not.
Okay.
I could see someone buying it.
I could see a lot of people buying it.
Yeah.
But they might give it away for free because, I mean, it's probably pretty easy to make. And
you would think, considering you don't, it's the lack of making anything that makes it that.
But the thing is, if they actually make it a texture, then they got to physically make it. They got to make sure that all the shaders work with it and all that stuff. So there is work behind it that's required. But they might release it as goodwill, build a little goodwill towards the community, which works well typically. When you give free stuff away, people like you more.
You know what I wish they wouldn't give away? Fucking forced hollow chip bullshit on my hunter every time I go to the tower.
I mean, they gave away one a few weeks ago, and then another one.
No. If you go,
you mean the Guardian games like Trail?
The blue hollow chip. I downloaded I got my free one for the new one. And I immediately just used the thing that's supposed to take hollow chips off of you. And then when it didn't take it off my hunter, I was so pissed off.
I used my heart one because I never put the heart thing on.
Yeah.
When I got there, I was like, this trail is really annoying. I wonder if this will work. And I used it, and now it's gone.
Huh. All right.
No. Not the trail. The consumable.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't use the heart, the thing that's supposed to remove hollow chips. Is what I'm saying. The same thing you did.
Yeah.
But the one I got with the heart is what I was saying, because they gave you one of those when you bought the free heart. Anyway, so I used that thing, and my stream is still on me, and I'm mad about it because it's annoying as fuck, and I hate it.
Yes, I hate it so much.
The wings are kind of cool though, but I've been playing a lot of PvP lately, and I want my fucking wings to give me away.
Yeah, but they're supposed to turn off in combat.
They gotta turn. Don't. Yeah, but you're not always in combat too, right? Like the first thing you do on the new Trials map right now, it's not always, but you look out the door and kind of off to the side. If you got a giant fucking wing sticking out, somebody's gonna know you're there, and you're not in combat yet. Like it's dumb. Also, the shit on my shoulders is doing the same fucking thing. The Guardian game stuff. Get off of me. Like, I don't want that shit in Trials or Crucible. It's so dumb. Hopefully they fix that, because that's dumb as hell. And I hate it. Okay, so, I mean, really, there's not a lot to talk about when it comes to the early launch of Rite of the Nine. But also, they fucked up other shit with the Act 2 launch. It was delayed. First off, they started it really early. It was started at like, I don't know, like 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. Pacific time or something. Just normally much later than that. Like 6 a.m. at the very earliest. I've never seen it at like 4 to, I can't remember if it was 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. But they started it super early. And then they had to end up extending it. And then they got it up and running. They were going to take down the servers to fix the Rite of the 9 stuff, but they decided against it. Because I saw the tweet go out that said, we're going to take the servers down. And then they edited that tweet, or they deleted it and put out a new one. I'm not sure which. That said, never mind, we're going to leave the servers up. We're just going to, we can disable it. So they were able to disable it without bringing the servers down, which is cool. There was other problems, though, that week. This week. I can't remember right off the top of my head. It wasn't a smooth Act 2 launch. Let's put it that way. But we've had...
It coincided with one of their free events coming out, which are always fucked up. I think not.
What?
Every time they launch an event, there are fucked up bugs in the game. So I think launching Guardian games on the same day as the Act was a problem.
Yeah, that's fair. I 100% agree. I think it's really weird that you launch it on the same way. It's like, you guys know that people are starved for content in between acts, right? Why not just wait until week 3 of Act 2 and then do Guardian games? Doesn't that make like a million times more sense?
Mm-hmm. It absolutely does.
It does for me. I noticed we're not doing a Guardian Games, SGC Guardian Games this year. Did you schedule that for later?
Well, it normally is later, right? So...
Oh, it was in March last year.
Well, we're doing Derelict Prime right now. I wasn't going to run 2 events. So.
I know. That's fair. I'm just wondering. Do we have it on a schedule? I can't remember. No, not at all. Wild. Who won last year? Warlocks, right?
I think it was Warlocks.
Last year, I'm not supposed to be reading that.
I don't remember. It's such a non-event event for the SGC. Honestly, it's literally just.
I don't know. I'm going through the numbers currently right now for Clans of the Week. Every week for the last 52. Well, the 52 weeks. Because we couldn't run the numbers for Player of the Week. So I went back in my Google Drive and I created a copy of every page for the 52 weeks during 2024. And let me tell you, the activity, the Community Player of the Week activities, the numbers during Guardian games in 2024 skyrocketed to unbelievable numbers. And I'm not just talking Adriel and Legacy. Like, I'm talking everybody. Like, I don't think it's as big a non-event that you may think it is because people wanted to win. And I don't think Guardian games pushed them to play that much. Regular Guardian games. I don't.
I guess you'll find out after the next couple of weeks, huh? See if there's an increasing activity of the same percentage.
I could probably tell you this week. I'll tell you it's probably nowhere near. If anyone's wondering why I'm doing that, is because we never announced Destiny 2 Clan of the Year and Destiny 2 Player of the Year during the Player of the Year awards because we were unable to run the report that gave us those numbers. So I took it upon myself to manually do it, which is taking, I don't know, it's probably about 12 hours now so far to do it. I've only got like 6 weeks left. I'm almost done. So I'm going to make an announcement at some point that lets people know that the Player of the Year blog is up. It's been up for like a week. But I'm going to make an edit to it and I'm going to announce the Destiny 2 Clan of the Week and Destiny 2 Player of the Week at the same time. And just kind of like retroactively say congratulations. But yeah. So that's a thing that I'm doing and it's really annoying and I hate it. And I don't know why I agreed to do it. It's ironic because somebody wanted me to do it because they were convinced that they would want their clan would have won, and it's not looking good.
Oh yeah, which clan?
I'm not going to get into specifics, but
I
you'll
don't care
know
about
which
the person.
You'll know exactly who it is if I say the clan.
Oh, okay.
You'll know which clan it wasn't when I announce who won.
No, we'll just DM it to me then. Smile.
All right, we can talk separately later. Anyway, point is, it's not looking good. There's like 6 weeks left, and their clan is like, I don't know, 12,000 points behind. Which, to be fair, is not a lot because these clans have like 150,000 points over the duration of the year, which is pretty good. The top 3 clans. But I don't think they can make it up in the 6 weeks that I have on the thing. Unless the top clan really just didn't play the game at all for the first 6 weeks of the year. Which is totally possible. Seems unlikely, though.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. I was just pointing out the numbers. You can see when Guardian Games, like the weeks that SGC Guardian Games was going on, because the numbers just through the roof. Through the roof. And I said not just Legacy and Adriel before, but oh my god, they got so many. Those two got so many points together. What the shit? I'm talking like 1,700 points each, both of them, for like 3 weeks in a row. It's wild. That's so many. There's clans that don't even get that many points.
Yeah.
Like whole clans.
Yeah.
Indeed.
They're the only reason Warlocks won. I guarantee it. Fucking losers. No, I'm just kidding. We love them.
I mean, we can do a Guardian game, so I can put something together and get it launched over the weekend. It's not a big deal.
That's not what I meant. I was just pointing it out. That's all. It was cool. It was crazy. It was wild. All right. So we can move on topics. I think it was fun. It was a bad launch. Ready the 9 was funny. And their response to it was pretty amusing.
Act 2 activities then. Have you all completed the Act 2 story yet?
No.
The story or just the first mission, basically?
I haven't done either.
Did you get to the cutscene?
No.
Yes.
Yes,
I did.
AGreeNer didn't get to the cutscene, so I guess we can't talk about it.
Damn.
Thanks, AGreeNer, for being prepared.
Bro, I played Supremacy since I logged in, and then today when I logged in, I played Trials. I still am getting the Drifter
AGreeNer
message from Act 1.
Probably the single best cutscene Destiny has ever put out for Destiny 2. And you're not ready to talk about it today.
Should I just watch it live?
No.
Fine. All right. I guess we can't talk about it.
Play the story, bitch.
I'm so interested in Crucible this season, and you guys are all like, play the story, play the story.
Did you enjoy the cutscene, Dunk?
Yes. Yes, I did. I thought it was a great cutscene.
Did you enjoy the mission leading up to it and everything we had to do along those ways? I thought it was a little bit busy work, but what you were rebuilding was cool.
Yeah. No, yeah. Honestly, it was busy work, but at the same time, it was well worth it in the end, I think. For that cutscene alone, it was very well worth it.
You think that weapon is going to come back as an actual exotic?
I certainly hope so. I hope that maybe, just maybe, because someone brought this up, or someone I know brought this up, that maybe it comes back as the exotic for Prophecy, seeing as Prophecy that does not have an exotic yet.
Oh, that would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I doubt it will happen, at least not there, but it would be cool.
All right.
Okay.
Well, there's your spoiler-free talk about what happened in the cutscene story.
I mean, surely it's got to do with Eris and Drifter. Obviously, like Destiny, they're not good storytellers. It's very. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Does it have something to do with Eris and Drifter? Obviously, yes.
Yeah, see? Oh, big deal. All right. He finds out she's not dead. She's in her throne world. And then they have anal sex. Right? Yeah.
I mean, I presume that's the only kind of sex they have.
Yeah. And she's the top.
Sometimes.
Nope. Every time.
Okay. I think you're projecting. But, whatever.
What am I projecting?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
That I
It's all
want
good.
Eris Morn to top me? Yeah, probably. That's a pretty fair assumption. Oh, we got the title for the podcast episode. Oh, no. All right. Anyway, let's move on.
Hey, AGreeNer, I need you
what?
to make a surprise look straight at the camera.
Like I'm getting raped in the butt?
I don't know if I would characterize it exactly that way, but
I don't know what I would do. A surprise look. All right, a surprise Pikachu face. Okay. I gotta stop smiling. It's funny.
all right, I got what I need.
Oh dear God. This is gonna be great.
Okay, all right. I want to stick with Act 2, a little bit of the conversation, but let's talk about Court of Blades. So next we have the new activity, Court of Blades.
Have you even played it?
Shh, you're going to talk about it. Bringing us over 20 new bosses. Let's go! And fresh rewards, including the exotic, the Barrow Dyad Catalyst, the new Catalyst pieces, right? Yes, that's came with it. I hope so. Fuck, or I'm gonna sound stupid.
So sort of.
Okay, all right. So, what is your initial impressions of Court of Blades, and how does it stack up against the Nether?
It's Court of Oryx with a teleporter.
Court of Oryx
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything to anybody who didn't play that shit console game,
Okay.
Destiny 1.
All right. So, the area in which Court of Blades starts, all right, that center area in the Dreadnought, all right, that's got the portal that's up on the dais, all right. That is where the Court of Oryx took place, all right. You
Okay.
would start the Court of Oryx by dumping runes into those thrall statues that lead up to that area, and then whatever you put in there would affect what boss came out, and you'd fight the boss in that spot. It was on a weekly rotation. And so the boss would change. Eventually, it changed to a daily rotation, and there were rewards you could get from fighting those bosses. The only difference here, really, is that a portal opens up, and you go through the portal to one of 3 arenas, and you fight whatever the daily rotation or whatever you fight bosses in whatever the rotation of the day is. The bosses don't really have. They don't. If you've played Destiny and Destiny 1, the bosses don't really have any new mechanics. If you don't do a lot of raiding and you didn't play Destiny 1, then there's going to be some mechanics that are kind of new to you. Is it a good experience? Yeah, it's relatively fast and easy to do. The whole goal is to get 13 bosses defeated. That's not necessarily just go into an arena and kill the boss that appears there. There's mechanics for every boss that you can do or not do. Most of the bosses you can just brute force rather than actually do the mechanics to make it easier to kill them. Because you're also on a timer. You have to get as many bosses done within the timer as you can, with a maximum being 13. So, for me, mode is fun. It is considerably more enjoyable if you go in with a fire team that's all on comms. And
I
that
feel like
all
that's
has
every activity in the game.
Yeah, but this one more than most, because getting to 13 challengers defeated with blueberries is a big lift in my experience thus far. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, my first attempt with the blueberries, I got to 9, I think, which wasn't bad for a first time, but I've yet to play it since then, and I agree. It's a fun activity. There's definitely some fun potential there, and I hope that they expand on it over the rest of this act and going into Act 3 as well.
So, for those of you who are listening and haven't played it yet, let me just point out a couple of things. Number one, the 2 statues that are on either side of the spot where you go to start it. Go look at those statues. Get close to them so you can see the little tooltips that pop up. That tells you what the encounters are going to be like. They give you the mechanics basically. And when you get into the encounters and you see weird things pop up, like big taken orbs appear in the sky with a bunch of small taken orbs around them. Can you just kill the boss? Yes. Should you maybe shoot the little orbs around and see if something happens that you can interact with? Probably should do that. You might turn out that you get a whole bunch of extra challengers done in that one round and save yourself a bunch of time. So, you know, maybe pay attention to what's going on and don't just try to brute force everything. So, also, the first time you go into Court of Oryx, make sure you go under the bridge that you spawn on in, because Bungie doesn't tell you that to unlock the second rep track at the vendor, the Ambition rep track, and continue your Barrow Dyad quest, you need to go find one of the new worms, the new worm of Ambition. It happens to be right under the bridge when you spawn in the Court of Oryx. So just jump off, grab it, and then go about your business. So there you go. I like Court of Oryx. I think it's fun. It's one of those activities that's way more fun with comms, though. Like way, way, way more fun.
Okay. Very good. So you both like it. That's what I'm hearing. How hard is it to get the new catalyst pieces for the Barrow Dyad?
I haven't finished the quest yet.
Does it look
and
long?
You can't get all of them. You can only get one of them. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Is it worth it? Is it worth the investment? Like, what is it this time? This week? This
High impact reserves, I think, is the catalyst.
Does that work well on?
Not really.
Barrow Dyad. What's the one that's currently on it?
I don't know. I don't remember. It doesn't have any. Yeah. There
wasn't one that dropped in Act 1. I never did the quest yet, so.
No.
There wasn't one with Act 1.
Once you get the Path of Ambition unlocked, though, the second vendor or the slab, it does change the exotic perk on the gun. Interesting. Depending on whether you're in the Path of Resolve or the Path of Ambition at the time, whichever way you're aligned, what the gun's exotic perk does changes. If you're on Resolve, it functions like it's been functioning, where you build up the meter and then you get the Seekers that go out and pierce through enemies to kill lots of enemies. Yeah. If you're on the Path of Ambition, you still stack up the Seekers, but instead of going through enemies, they just go straight into one enemy and then explode and do a bunch of damage. So it becomes a much better single target weapon. Presumably after the season's over or after the episode's over, that'll be like an ammunition swap, hold the swap kind of thing to swap the perks, but or something that's inside the node of the weapon itself that you can select which mode it's going to be on. It's pretty interesting. So, but cool. Nobody tells you any of that. You only figure that out if you go find the worm yourself. It's one of those things that's a ye olde Destiny secret. So go pick up that worm first time you're in there.
Go pick up the worm. I think you need 8 worms for the seal anyway, right? It's probably the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a lot of people will be going for that. Okay, very cool, very cool. Something that I forgot to do earlier because it's kind of a new thing. I'm going to, we'll see how popular it is, but we're going to pick a random emblem from our emblem inventory and give it away to people who like a comment on the video. So,
nice.
let's see if it works. I'm going to pop this up. You guys won't see it, but this is the Quantum Entanglement emblem right here. You see it on the screen? Hello. Yeah, so like and comment on the video for your chance to win a code for this emblem. Quantum Entanglement. If you already have it, then well, life is life. Rainbows are rainbows. Try again next week when we have a new one. Yeah, we're going full content creator mode. Interact with the video to win stuff. Isn't that crazy? The problem is I should have did it at the beginning. Because nobody's going to make it this far into the episode to hear that. That's from the Bungie store last season. Yeah. Act 1 or episode. It might have episode 1 or 2. It was episode 1. Episode 1. All right. Let's move on this amazing 100th episode of This Week at Shrouded. Guardian Games is back with a brand new Rushdown mode, along with an exciting new, I don't know if it's exciting. There's a new trace rifle called the Keraunios? Serrani? I don't fucking know. How do you spell that?
Close enough.
Or how do you pronounce it? I don't know. All right. So, first off, have you played Rushdown mode yet?
Yes.
And do you like it better than previous activities for the Guardian games, which were just Nightfalls, I believe?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So do I.
Same.
Yeah, I've only done it a few times. I haven't gone crazy. I haven't gone in the expert mode yet. But it was fun. It's something new. It's something just new stuff is great. I like new things. Like we've had the same fucking Lost sectors for Festival of the Lost now for however long. We've had the same dog shit. I guess the Solstice thing changed a little bit last time, but
yeah, it's getting less and less and less. We're going to the EAZ for less and less reason.
Yeah, but it did change. But this is just a straight up here's a new activity for Guardian Games, and I think it's great. By the end of the 3 weeks, am I going to be annoyed from doing boss rush over and over and over again? I actually don't think so, but I guess I don't know how to but. I don't think I would. I think it's a good choice for an activity. Do I want to do it again every year for the next 7 years? I'm not sure. I don't think so. But
here's my problem with the activity. All right.
Okay. Go ahead. People are dumb.
Keraunios.
Oh, yeah.
Weapon is garbage.
Is it?
Hullabaloo. Weapon is garbage. Taraxipus. Weapon is garbage. The title. Weapon is garbage.
Mega garbage, from what I've been told.
I get double perk weapons on my platinum rewards. I don't even look at them. They just get deleted. Everything.
Damn,
there's no reason to look at any of it.
So the new trace is that bad?
Compared to the Iron Banner trace? Yeah.
Okay, so there's a reason to grind it if you don't have the Iron Banner one?
I think it'd be better to just grind the Iron Banner one.
Okay, but listen, somebody wants it this week. It's good enough to use if they don't have the Iron Banner one. No, still wouldn't even do it.
Probably wouldn't bother.
If you were to pick the best roll on it, what would it be?
1,000 glimmer.
Come on.
And some rep with Banshee.
All right, I might have to look it up myself.
I guess like overflow with jolting feedback or detonator beam, maybe.
Okay, so if I were to pick it in my brain based on the perks, I think you're right. I think overflow with jolting feedback would be the... Oh, sorry. I got a pain in my ear all of a sudden. I don't think my brain wants me to talk about the Keraunios. It was painful enough to stop me in mid sentence.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it still, or is it done?
It's not as bad now, but it's still jolting. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna use my left ear. Maybe it's the headset. Anyway, so yeah, I would think it's overflow jolting feedback personally, not detonator beam. Detonator beam is probably like number 2 on the list though. I think jolting feedback would be better. And there's just no PvP role for it because it's garbage. IMO. Okay, cool. So, and the scout, I don't know. Has the scout ever been good?
There are some hipsters that enjoy 200 RPM scouts, but
Yeah.
they're objectively wrong. Their opinion is objectively incorrect. So,
Do you think does this have new rolls on it? Do you know?
yeah,
Okay.
all the weapons have refresh perk pools, but
Okay, I thought so.
their perk pools still are booty. So,
I was gonna say, do you think the Terraxapos God roll changed at all? That would be a PvP weapon, right? Probably. It's probably sucks in PvE.
it can't be a PvP weapon because Bang of Your Yud exists.
Okay. All right. You gotta stop assuming everybody has every weapon. All right. So,
Bro, listen. Luck struck every time the Crota is in rotation. He's got a whole crew of people that do free Master Crota checkpoint carries. All you got to do is go run in a corner and just sit there, and they'll kill them, and you'll just get free weapons. You'll get free adepts out of it. Eventually, you'll hit Luckstruck 9. They just do the Crota
he's
yeet
the
over
bot
and over
guy,
and
right?
over again, and it's not even a raffle. You queue for it. You just wait your turn. He takes you through, and as long as you don't fuck it up, you can do that any number of times you want to do it. Over and over and over and over and over again. And when it's a rotation, you get a new adept every single time. So there's no reason for people to not be able to have these things. And his
All
crew
right.
is doing shit at all hours of the day, so it doesn't even matter what time zone you're in. You just gotta go check them out when they're streaming. So there's literally no reason to farm a Taraxipos. If you were going to farm one, probably Lone Wolf and probably Precision Instrument, I guess. I haven't actually looked at what that's going to do to TTK because it's a 200 scout and they're not good for PvP in general. Somebody's going to come up and say, well, actually, but those people are wrong. Instant.
Okay, so regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and would the roll for this be Zen Moment Explosive Payload?
For PvE?
No. Or PvP. I'm guessing. You don't even want to talk about it. He doesn't even want to talk about the chat. All right, never mind. Scratch that.
Could you get away with Zen Moment and Explosive Payload? I guess. If you didn't want your precision damage and you wanted to make the gun kill people slower. Sure.
Well, okay, what are we going for with precision damage? Does it have PI?
It has precision instruments available on it. Yeah. I would personally go either Lone Wolf or Keep Away and Precision Instrument. Lone Wolf will probably do more because it's improving your aim assist, so it's going to make it more likely for you to hit headshots, which pairs perfectly with Precision Instrument.
I didn't know it had PI this round.
So, I mean, you've got to stack up Precision Instrument in order to make it really worthwhile, but for low resilience Guardians, you can 3-tap at Precision Instrument too. So That's something. Or just put kill clip on it, and then you can get a 0.6 at tier 10 and under. But you're still gonna get aced by anybody who's using an actual PvP.
All right, fair enough.
That rifle.
Okay, don't farm it, chat. I did my best. I did my best, but it sounds to me like Lone Wolf PI. It's the way to go. If you are going to do it.
Like all guns in Destiny, all these guns can be used, of course. And if they feel good to you, then go ahead and use them. But none of these guns are going to be meta. There's stuff that's better than all of them doing the same things that they do, unfortunately. That only matters if you play the game enough to have those roles, those other guns, obviously. But, you know.
So I did write down a question here to ask you, but I think we answered it already. Because the question is, has the Keraunios trace rifle tempted you at all into playing Guardian Games activities?
No, I'm playing Guardian Games activities because I want to play Guardian Games activities.
Yeah.
Not because I care about the loot. I literally have not even looked at a single roll that I've received of any of these guns. They just get instantly deleted from my inventory because they're not going to compete with anything I already have.
All right, I guess I'll just start deleting them all. Big Sag, chat. I'm so sad. All right. Let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about Crucible adjustments and upcoming changes. Sorry, Dunk.
Wait. Dunk,
What?
are there any weapons and rolls you're looking forward to from Guardian Games?
All right, look. As you said, there are so many better options. Like trace rifles, I will go for my Acacias or Lodestar or something else. Those are fun. Those are a lot of fun. I enjoy them. I don't need another trace rifle. It's Glimmer to me at this point. Which actually at this point I'm maxed out on Glimmer, so it's just reputation.
Maybe that's my problem. Even though it's a worse gun, like I want the god roll of it. But why? There's no purpose. I should just start deleting them. I think I'll start deleting them.
That mindset is why people have like, my vault is at 723 because my vault is also my character inventory.
My vault
I can't delete a god roll.
My vault is currently at 698. And this will hurt your ass, but I have 4 anonymous autumns in my vault right now.
I mean, there are some guns I have multiples of.
I'm just saying, it's a shit gun. You know what else I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Exalted Truth. And I don't know which ones to keep. I can't get rid of them because they're all good. Like I've got a slide shot Magnificent Howl that I really like, but I also have a slide shot opening shot, which is I like more. But the internet tells me I should like slide shot Magnificent Howl more.
The internet or the little thumbs ups that are in dim when you look at the gun.
No. Blank told me that. So the internet told me that's what I should want. So now I have this Exalted Truth, Slide Shot, Magnificent Howl that I've killed 192 enemies with. But
let me ask you. Are you a good enough PvP player in 6s where you really want to use Magnificent Howl? That
I don't even know what it does.
You are killing enough people with precision hits to stack up 2 of those bullets to be able to get the 2-shot.
I'm pretty good with hand cannons, so I feel like I should be able to do that, but I usually die first, so maybe not. Where the fuck is my opening shot adept? Because I have that one too, and it's awesome. There it is.
No, wait, I'm not supposed to recognize chat, but I see you there.
Hold on. I'm trying to find... I can't even find the one I use. Did I delete it? That would be annoying. I want to see if I have more kills on it than... oh, this must be it. No, that's a different one. What the shit? And chat, it's missing.
I mean, I have 3 Exalted Truths. I have a Slide Shot Magnificent Howl. I have an Eye of the Storm Slide Shot. One of those is for 6s, one of those is for 3s. And then I have a Demoralize and Destabilizing Round. That's for PvE.
Yeah, I've got...
That's all I need.
You have a Demoralized Destabilizing?
Yes.
Wait, so do I think. Do I? No, I have a Destabilizing Repulsor Brace. Never mind.
Womp womp.
What, is yours better?
I think so.
You're wrong.
No. Demoralize is way more useful than Repulsor Brace.
Alright, well, whatever. I also have a Destabilizing Demoralize. I just found it.
You don't need
See?
both.
That's why I don't delete them! Because now I have both!
You don't need both. Repulsor Brace is an overrated perk.
Says you.
Even in high-end content.
I can't find my opening shot one. I must have deleted it.
Our Guardians have so much survivability built into their abilities that adding Repulsor Brace on top is nothing. It's a 40 hit point overshield. Woohoo!
Alright, whatever. Nerd.
It literally tanks a single hit on anything in the game. That's it. 1 hit. A Thrall Swipe. You didn't take damage from it. Congratulations.
Woo! That might save my life. Alright, anyway, we're gonna move away from that.
God, I'm an elitist dick. What is wrong with me?
You are. Yeah, absolutely. But that's okay. So, switching... we're going to talk about the Crucible adjustments changes coming. Like, DMG spends 1 weekend in trials, and then he comes up with a list of fucking changes for everybody. So, he tweeted about these before the TWAB even went out. Literally, word for word, what was written in the TWAB. But they're looking at special weapon perks like Closing Time, which have a big impact lately. Hipfire exotics like Tommy's Matchbook have grown increasingly popular. And the lighting issues in Solitude and probably other maps. But so they're probably nerf. He was talking about. Fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say.
Which one?
The closing time. They were talking about closing time and it being a perk for energy weapons when they were on low ammunition, and you're always on low ammunition, so the perk is always perked. And then he specifically mentioned Zealous Reward, which I 100% agree with. I was getting cross-mapped by that fucking fusion rifle last weekend.
You can hit 19 meters with it easy. Yeah, it's
absurd. It's absolutely absurd. The range on that thing with Closing Time. It's anyway. Dumb. All right. And yeah, so whether you nerf Closing Time or you nerf just Zealous Reward.
No. They need to nerf Closing Time on all specials, including shotguns. Because shotguns get way more consistent at 7 meters than they would be otherwise. You don't even have to try. And you have Closing Time. So if they're going to nerf it on anything for special, they need to nerf it on everything for special. Sorry, hand cannon shotgun crowd, but it needs to be nerfed on scavengers just as much as anything else.
I have Closing Time Lone Wolf on a Legato. Is that good?
Yes.
Yeah. Why can't I hit anything with it then, Wrecked? Why do I suck at this video game?
That's a skill issue right there.
You're a skill issue.
Wow. Hitting me with a hard truth there.
As a Zealots abuser, I too agree that Zealots can reach out and touch people too easily, too far away.
Yeah.
Closing Time needs adjustment because of it, for sure.
I agree with that 100%, actually. Like, it's pretty brutal. So we're talking about some other hipfire weapons. Obviously Tommy's kind of rose up the ranks last weekend with Radiant Dance Machines. So we're probably going to see another hit to Radiant.
I gotta get up on the mic for this one. Let me ask you, Greener.
Sure.
Do you think Radiant Dance Machines is overpowered with RDMs in PvP?
You just said our Radiant Dance Machines overpowered with Radiant Dance Machines.
Is Tommy's matchbook overpowered with Radiant Dance Machines in PvP?
Yeah, I do.
You're wrong. And so is everybody else that thinks so. And I'm not just saying that as somebody who has abused the fuck out of that combination. But during the first 2 weeks of PvP, since Radiant Dance Machines dropped with the new adjustment, I stayed out of PvP. Why? Because of Last Word and Dead Man's Tale. Last Word has a TTK of 0.52 seconds without a buff. Okay. DMT has a long ass TTK, but was able to get it with Radiant Dance Machines from across the map easily. Those were both very bad for PvP. Tommy's matchbook has a TTK of 0.75. It's nothing. It's a rounding error compared to the 0.8 that most weapons have as a base. It's not any stronger than them in any other environment.
Yeah,
but wait, what about ignition trigger? It ramps up damage when you fire from the hip, and if you have the catalyst, you take less damage. Ignition trigger doesn't change the TTK except for marginally in the engagement where it activated when you were shooting somebody. If somebody isn't activating the ignition trigger ahead of time, that means they're pre-firing. If they're pre-firing and you know it's Tommy's and you peek that angle in order to fight them and you get wiped out by a 0.55 TTK on a fully ramped up Tommy's matchbook, that's not a problem with RDMs. That's a problem with you sucking ass at the game.
Okay. All right. So it took me a while to answer that question because I don't necessarily think it's overpowered. I don't really have much trouble against it. It's pretty easy to keep moving, stay back, yada yada, fight against it.
It has too much range. The only thing RDMs is giving it that it shouldn't have is a big range boost. You're able to hit your damage at a further distance than you would otherwise with hipfire.
Well, that's what I was
away. It'd be fine.
That's what I was going to say when you were talking about Last Word, because Last Word's range is fire range is nowhere near what Tommy's matchbook is. Even if it is a much faster TTK. Anyway, I've been using it quite a bit. It's pretty strong. I find myself really good with hand cannons anyway, so using Tommy's matchbook, I don't find as fun, but people don't know how to fight against it as well right yet, or they're better at fighting against hand cannons, I guess. I'm not sure, because I am doing better with it, and I do consider myself a decent hand cannon player. So anyway,
pretty simple. You sit back and shoot at them at further distance, they can shoot you. Or if you're closer in, you duck around a corner while they're doing their pre-fire nonsense. When they stop, you know ignition triggers started, so they've hurt themselves. Go back out there and shoot them, because guess what? Them damaging themselves has improved your TTK when you shoot them in the face. So there you go. Just play smart. Easy peasy.
Agreed. I agree. I don't think it's that big a deal. But here we are. It's probably going to get nerfed because I don't know, people are complaining about it.
You didn't talk about the changes.
The what? Oh, the snap skating? Yeah,
Snap
go
skating
ahead.
changes.
I don't even know what snap skating is. Why don't you
So-
enlighten me on what it is first?
Snap skating is something that Solar Warlocks exclusively can do. You have Incinerator Snap equipped, and you can use your super button to do an animation cancel that allows you to impart extra momentum into your jumps with a combination of starting your snap, interrupting with your super button, or vice versa to get extra momentum. And it's a way that Solar Warlocks can cover, can close the distance on a map way faster than anybody else. The problem it causes is the game can't keep up with your movement when it's transmitting information to other people. So it causes massive amounts of desync against other people. They won't see you where you're actually at. They'll be shooting your body, but you're not actually there, and so it won't register any hits. People will accuse you of cheating because you're snap skating, right? That kind of stuff, because they are not getting the appropriate feedback. It's also used as movement tech outside of PvP, right?
Yeah.
Because that in momentum you can build up with snap skating just adds on to any other kind of skating you might be doing with like an eager edge sword or whatever. So it sounds like they're going to remove it because it's unintended. It's a glitch, but they might try to work it in to the kit somewhere, somehow.
Okay. I don't even know how to do it. I don't think I've seen it. Though I've had some people hard to hit because they're all over the place, laggy wise. So maybe that's what they were doing. I don't remember if they were warlocks or not.
You can usually tell what's happening because you can hear it still fires off the sound cue of Incinerator Snap.
Yeah. Got it.
But then they're moving.
Oh, somebody was doing that today on my team. I thought he kept fucking. I thought he was mad at me because I thought he was like so triggered that he was snapping at me. He was using his ability at me,
He was
snap skating.
Yeah.
Ha. Oh, okay, cool. That's good because that's like something I would do. It's like shooting somebody in the back of the head when you're pissed off at them, you know, for being stupid. I thought that's what he was doing to me. Yeah, because I didn't want around. But he was just snap skating. Well, that makes me feel better.
He's just running around the map as fast as he can. Yep.
All right. So those basically wait, I was gonna mention one other thing. Oh, yeah. I mean Solitude. You played that Trials last week?
Yep.
Lighting is a problem. Yeah?
Lighting in any instance where you are in a dark area looking out on a brightly lit area, lighting is a problem in this game. So
can't see. Oh, okay.
So Solitude is a good example of that because in order to get map control in Solitude, you need to take the big inside room, because that has ways for you to overlook all of the other areas. But as soon as you get map control, now you can't see anybody, and it's even worse if they're invisible. If they have invisibility, like normally invisibility isn't a huge deal because people are somewhat visible if you're in the same lighting conditions, but when they're invisible and there's a lighting issue, they're outside, you're inside, they are well and truly invisible.
Yeah. Yeah, like, no, it was a problem. I'm glad they acknowledged it. I'm glad DMG acknowledged it. I'm glad they put it in the TWID. I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to do something there. Because, the two doors specifically on the right, like, it's not so bad. When you're in, like, the cave on the left and you're looking out towards the spawn, that's not as bad. That seems fine.
Because they're not standing out in the bright light, yeah.
But when you're in the when you're inside and you're looking out to the right, the first door is terrible, and the second door is just it's not great. But the first door, and then
thing happens on a distant shore. So when you're in the cave where heavy spawns and you're looking out, you can't see shit that's going on outside.
All right, hopefully they work on some of that stuff because it's brutal. I found it brutal. Anyways, glad they acknowledged it, and we'll see what happens. Anything else important in that Crucible update?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. One thing I'm a little confused about, I don't think I really understand what the point of this is. Bungie announcing the removal of exclusive full screen mode on PC in favor of window full screen, aiming to improve performance of alt-tab switching. Window full screening already exists. What's the point of removing full screen if people prefer it?
Well, one of the things that you can do more easily, and I'm sure this isn't part of the reason, but maybe this isn't the reason, maybe it's part of it. One of the things you can pull off in the full screen, like the full screen rather than windowed, it's easier to get some of the bugs that happen when you alt tab quickly to lag your game, create extra orbs, extend the damage phase, make your super last longer, because you can force the game to lag out because of your alt tabbing. And that's why sometimes you'll get disconnected from the game if you alt tab too much too quickly. But as far as I understand, this is all performance. This is all based off performance of the game. Tends to be better if you don't do it. Some people on Twitter are saying they get better frames in regular full screen rather than windowed full screen, but
That's why it exists.
well,
Computers and video cards for a long time were designed to that full screen mode is supposed to allow high priority resources to be focused on in whatever application is using the full screen mode. Whereas when you're doing a Windows full screen mode, it looks the same. It's the same experience, but the computer's not focusing resources on that application. Which is why you can alt tab and move around as quickly as you can. But when you're in full screen, depending on your computer, it does, it lags out a little bit because you hit the alt tab and then everything else gets reactivated and kicks off, right? When it gets anyway. So I think it's actually like I understand if somebody says I have better frames in full screen mode, I would tend to believe them. Because for a long time, that's the reason that mode exists in a lot of games. Like, who wouldn't use Windows full screen if they have the potential? Or like,
I play all my games on my PC in full screen.
Windows full screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's easier to manage and maintain and go to different monitors and alt tab and look at things and all that stuff. And our computers are good enough to be able to pull out the performance that we want from these games, even in Windows full screen mode. I don't know any game in the history of the world that performs better in Windows full screen mode than over regular full screen mode. But maybe technology is changing and I'm dumb.
Could be. I mean, it sounds like this is mostly technical from their standpoint. It
sounds to me that there's 3 different versions of the game you have to code, and what's the term when they use it a lot in console? Optimization. 3 different versions of the game you have to code and optimize, and this to me feels like they're getting rid of one of those things just to save time and money. So now they only have to optimize windowed and window full screen. That's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that would make sense.
I don't know how difficult it is to create those types of things, but I don't know. I think this performance nonsense that they're giving as an excuse is just not real.
Okay.
To be honest. You're probably closer to being right. Well, we probably both are. Maybe this helps prevent some leg switching, cheating, or whatever you want to call it. And maybe it saves them money in their budget. Maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe it's one of those things exclusively. Maybe it's neither. Who knows? I don't work there. What do you think, Dunk?
I mean, I've dabbled in coding before, but
Mhm.
that being said, like, it's completely different when you have such a massive application like Destiny is. But from my personal experience, it's not that hard to be able to switch between the two. For full screen versus windowed full screen. But that being said, again, it could be completely different for larger
Yeah,
applications.
and a game engine, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different factors going on there. So, I mean, am I surprised that they're going to try to cut corners? I mean, it's a gaming studio that's focused largely on making money right now. I can't really say I'm hugely surprised that Bungie's taking this direction. Personally, it doesn't affect me because I've always been windowed full screen. I prefer it. Makes it easier for me. But I know there are other people who prefer full screen because maybe their gaming PC is not as beefed up as mine is.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I was thinking. That's what I was saying.
yeah.
I definitely had to run games in full screen mode when I was poor. So
Yeah.
I mean, I did.
You're just like, man, sucks for you Destiny peasants out there.
What can you do when you live in a shoe?
Greener, let me entertain. Let me be greener for a minute. Imagine having a computer so bad that you have to run Destiny 2 in traditional full screen mode.
I wasn't judging people that had to do it. I'm saying there was a long time in my life where I could only afford the bare minimum
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
a computer, and there was many cut around shortcuts, graphical decisions I had to make sure I could run games, and I was stupid. So, like back in the day when I was building computers, I'd see a CPU that had a bigger number and just immediately think it was better. And then I would get fucking conned out of spending another $150 that I couldn't afford on a CPU that actually had either similar or worse performance. Not everybody's smart enough to know that they should go to the benchmarking websites, double check all the benchmarking for things on different programs, and get the right one that fits their money, one that's got good performance, yada yada yada. And they don't have tons of money. So.
Listen, guys and gals that are playing on a older PC. Rest assured that no matter how old your PC is, if you're able to run Destiny 2 on it, your PC is a million times better than those people still playing on PlayStation 4.
That's so true, though. Oh man! And Xbox One. Oof.
I apologize if anybody's feeling called out right now, but you are being called out right now.
Back before the PlayStation 5 was released, and I would switch back and forth between PC and PS4. I'd be playing like on PS4, and I'd be like, I just want to grind something. Like I would never get like. I'd never have a play session on my PS4 any longer than 20 minutes before I just get up frustrated and walk downstairs and boot it up on my computer. Because of how long everything fucking took to do anything. Loading in, just opening your goddamn menus, moving that little circle all the way across the screen to click shit. Oh my god. It's so annoying. So annoying.
There's a little thing that you can do where you can turn the speed of that up, right?
Yeah, I'm sure, but whatever. And then I would just overshoot everything because I can't control joysticks. All right. Anyway, the only other thing I have written down here from the TWID is the Thunder Doctrine show match is completed. The Middle Eastern team won, achieving a time of 11 minutes and 26 seconds. Congratulations. You're amazing. Did anybody pay any attention to that or give a fuck about it?
No.
Not me.
Didn't think so.
I mean, cool for them. 11
There's
minutes,
a couple
26 seconds. That's awesome, but
yeah. There was a couple content creators that that I follow on Twitter that were a part of that, and I was happy for them, but I didn't watch. I didn't care. Other than putting it in the TWID, there's like zero marketing for it, other than from the content creators themselves. They need to make bigger deals about these things if they want people to engage with them, I think. I don't know. There's another thing going on right now for Guardian games. Different classes. I think that's on the TWID too. But different classes have different people from, I don't know. And I don't know how they're scoring points or whatever. Maybe just by medals dropped or something. I don't know. They'll be competing as well. It's funny, like I pretend like I don't care about them or give a shit, but like the second they if they ever invite me, I'd be like blowing the horns from the fucking Shrouded Discord, like come watch, woo! Yeah, I'm a salty hypocrite. You got a problem with it? Eat my ass. Anything else you want to talk about? That's all I got.
No, that pretty much covers it.
Woo! What a good job, me. How long have we been streaming for?
I got to go do some more GMs, get some more Lotus Eaters.
I gotta do that this week, but I just want to play Trials. I guess, yeah, for any of those of you who are wondering or care or hate anything, this week's Trials weapon is tomorrow's answer. It's the rocket launcher. Rocket launchers aren't really meta right now, but it does have an envious bait and switch role if you want to go get it. Trials is the way to go right now. I can't remember the name of the map. It's one of the new maps from last May.
Eris Plaza.
What? Something
Eris
Plaza?
It's Eris Plaza.
Yeah. Eris Plaza. Yeah, tomorrow's answer. Adept. You don't need to get an adept. You can get an envious bait and switch that's not adept, and it probably does the exact same amount of damage, chat. So
here's a pro tip for those of you that are going to go out farming Lotus Eaters. Zavala is still giving double perks on the non-adept version of the Nightfall weapons. All right, I know it's like, but I want an adept. There's no reason to get an adept of Lotus Eater. There is no adept mod that is going to make the gun better than when you double enhance it and put one of the new double enhance perks on it. Like, I don't know, the one that gets you more heavy ammo, right? There's no reason to do that. So rather than farm your brains out when you're not getting anything else out of it that you need, just go to Zavala and spend one Vanguard Cypher and one Ingram apiece and just burn through regular Lotus Eaters. You don't even have to get a regular Lotus Eater in order to have it unlock. It'll unlock when you get the Adept now. So if you've got 10 or 20 Cyphers saved up and you've got a bunch of Vanguard Ingrams, you can just go blow them all on Lotus Eaters and not have to keep stepping into the GM if you don't want.
How to get Cyphers?
Cyphers, that's what I meant. Oh, no, you get them for doing GMs. Right? You probably have a stack of them. I came into this season with a stack of like 17 of them.
You need Cyphers to unlock the regular one?
No.
You were saying Cypher.
When you can trade in a number of Cyphers and an Ingram. I think it's like 10 Cyphers and an Ingram to get an Adept roll from Zavala once you've got it unlocked, right? Yeah. Well, you can spend one Cypher and one Ingram to get the regular version of the gun.
That's what I'm saying. You need a Cypher to unlock the regular one?
No, to get it for that cost. Like you can do the regular focusing once you have it, but it costs multiple. It costs 3 Ingrams a piece. When it's in the rotation, it costs you one Cypher and one Ingram.
I hate that it costs me a Cypher.
Why? You're getting two per.
I can farm my Trials guns with just an Ingram. I don't need a Cypher.
You're also not spending 25,000 Glimmer a pop.
Okay, I'd rather spend 25,000 Glimmer than a fucking Cypher.
What are you doing with the Cyphers, Greener?
I don't know. Probably trying to unlock more Adept rolls.
That's not what the cipher. Why on this?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't even know if I have any. Hold on, let me check my inventory.
I'm sure you do, but on a number of guns, there's no reason to have an adept. Adept weapons are so pointless compared to regular weapons now, because of the new mods they put out.
I don't see any ciphers in my inventory. I must have spent them all on adept shit before the end of the season because I thought I was going to lose them. Oh well, I guess I'll just go farm GMs and get an adept.
You'll get two per GM. So
I'll just go spend 3 engrams. I got like 100 of them. It's fine. I can get 30 rolls.
I'm just saying, if you want to be efficient and you don't want to be in the GM all the time, there's no reason to farm the adept version of this gun. It's strictly a vanity thing, and if you want it because of the vanity, all right, more power to you, but you don't need to do it. I'm still getting in there to help people, even though that's what I'm going to be doing after this, in fact. But I will not be stepping into the GM just because I want to be there. It'll only be if somebody else is doing it and they need help.
All right. Can I give you my username and you log in?
That's illegal against TOS.
It's not illegal. It's against TOS. This is a big difference.
What you're suggesting is against TOS. Not only for Bungie, but also for the Shrouded gaming community.
Oh my god!
I can't take you to the band council, AGreeNer.
You can. It's just not going to work.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, I'm going to play more trials this weekend. I went from top 80% last week to top 35% this week. I'm doing good. Let's go. Now I just need to get to top 1%. How long do you think it'll take?
Good luck.
What does that mean? All right. Well, fun story. Thanks for coming out. He doesn't believe in me, chat. All right. Well, do we got any announcements? You want to announce? Yeah, you got something to talk about.
Is supposed to happen on the 29th, but it just so happens that I have a funeral at the exact same time it's supposed to start. So I'm gonna figure that out. I had a family member die this week, and found out yesterday.
Okay, I want to say it sucks that you had a family member die. Were they really close?
No.
Okay, that's good because I also want to say that's like 3 weeks. What do they do with the body for 3 weeks?
I don't know.
That's wild. I don't think I've ever heard of a funeral being that much later than the death in my entire life.
Yeah, it seems weird to me too, but that's when the service is happening. I don't know if that's the graveside service or if that's like the church thing, right? Because sometimes they don't happen in the order you might expect. So, all I know is that there is a funeral type thing on that day. It's for a family member. The expectations are that I'm going to be there, and thus I am going to be there. So we'll work out the details. But anyway, Derelict Prime, 29th, 4v4, Gambit tournament, no invasions. People always give us the side eye when we say no invasions, but turns out it's actually kind of fun, or really fun. People tend to enjoy it when it happens. I am not forcing you to be part of a 4-stack to sign up. You can sign up as a solo, or a duo, or a trio, or a 4-stack. We will work out the teams if we have folks that need to fill out a stack on the day of.
You should have forced them all to sign up as solos, and then we randomize the teams.
I mean, that could be interesting, and could stifle some of the naysayers that have talked to me about. I don't want to bother because Grim's team's going to be there.
You can still get prizes for second place. People got to stop that. And we don't even know if Grim's going to play.
Let's see if he's signed up yet.
Ugh. Just say he didn't, and then people will be like, "Oh, you know, we almost beat Grim's team
Grim
the
has
first
not
year."
signed up yet.
Just
There you
an
go.
FYI. We lost in a best of 5, 3 rounds to 2, and we were literally less than a second behind him on the last round. Like, he's not unfallible. All right, you guys can do it. And we just had a random team. I can't even remember who they were. I think Golden Sky was one of them. I might even have Bob. I might even have Static, actually. That sounds familiar. Do I have Static? Maybe that's why we stood a chance. But that's before he was good.
And you just lost him from your team.
Oh, I didn't play with him last year. That was the year before that. I don't remember who I played with last year. I don't even know if I played it in the Derelict Prime last year. I don't think I did. I must have been busy.
Well,
yeah. We'll see. Okay, that's enough for advertisements then. Nothing special going on this weekend. It's a pretty chill weekend. You may see me stream, you may not. You still want to try to get together and play that game sometime?
yeah. Just need to know when.
Yeah, I don't know when, but I'm not saying that it was going to be this weekend, chat. But me and Rec might try to play that co-op game that came out. EA released. What's it fucking called? I can't remember. Split Fiction. Yeah.
Split Fiction. Yeah.
Might be interesting. Might be fun. I've seen some clips from it. It looks really cool. Like, I've always been a fan of them and their weird mechanics that they change up throughout the whole game. Like every 10 minutes, they give you a new mechanic.
Right.
So we'll see. It might suck, but it's getting good reviews.
Yep, indeed.
All right, we'll try to figure that out. But other than that, nothing going on. Dunk, you got anything you want to say?
Always need more Sherpas. In a Shrouded clan, you want to help someone? Please sign up to be a Sherpa today. It's a fun time. You get to work with great people, and you get to help out a lot of community members. Always appreciated.
Yes, actually, I agree. I've noticed a little bit of an influx of raid requests, Sherpa raid requests lately. Some of them going unanswered. Obviously, we can't get to all of them, but a little bit more over the last week or two than normal. So if you love raiding, if you love teaching people, if you're interested in that, maybe you want to learn to be a Sherpa. I'm sure we've got Sherpas that will set up a Sherpa, train the Sherpa, whatever it's called. I don't know, anything. If you want to help the community, we definitely want you. Sometimes it'll be slow, sometimes it'll pick up. Right now, we need extra people. So if you want to help us out, that would be totally awesome. And if you are a Sherpa, pick up more Sherpa runs. It wouldn't be Sherpa the Sherpa, he's saying in chat. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because it's called Trade to Trainer. So Sherp the Sherpa. Yep, I'm good for that. That's a good one. Called it a Sherp the Sherpa. That'll be fun. All right, I've talked enough. It's time for me to leave. Let's see what we got here. That wraps up our 100th episode of This Week at Shrouded. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Mr. Rect and Dunk for joining me. Yeah, Guardians dive in Act 2. Play some Guardian games. I don't know. Swing back next Friday. Stay tuned for more updates. But until next time, stay awesome. I don't know. Have a good night.
Woo! Good night.
Oh. Yeah, voice crack.